I'm Chris Crudelli, and I spent my entire adult life studying martial arts and philosophy in the Far East. This series is my journey of exploration through that world, meeting people who perform incredible feats of mind and body. Today, I'm looking at the miraculous ways people maintain their health and heal the sick. Come to this temple in North Phuket to meet a very special Buddhist abbot who mixes local shamanistic practices into his healing. Shamanism is a type of ancient religion that uses magic extracted from the natural world. Behind the temple in some simple shacks, it looks like the novice monks are cutting firewood, but in fact they're preparing herbs for Chief Monk Long Po, whose simple surroundings belie his reputation as a great healer. Long Po makes a potion with the herbs that he chews while in a meditative trance. This enables him to blow healing prayers onto the body to cure a whole range of illnesses. So what he's doing now is he's kind of going into his meditative state. He's trying to bring the power into his body, and then he'll put them into the herbs. And apparently he has great results by doing this. I'm told he'll be in a trance for 20 minutes. While waiting, I see a picture of the devastation caused by the Asian tsunami. Looks like an old building site or something at first, but you look closer and there's just hundreds of bloated bodies. Dear. You know, it's not a reality that you think about every single day, is it? Death. You know, but it is out here, and the more you think about death, the more life becomes important. After the tsunami, this temple was used as a mortuary, and nearly 1,000 bodies were cremated here. Long Po performed rituals so that their souls would move into the next life. Can you fix the bones? Because I'm in a lot of pain. My wrist has been broken a few times. Yeah. It's got the point straight away. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, it feels really good, actually. Painful, but it's really, really good. He was now ready to blow a prayer into my wrist. Yeah.
Three tendons.
3 tendons are damaged. That's right, yeah. Because I've got this inflammation in the tendons from a broken bone that hasn't affected the wrist movement, so the tendons have become inflamed. And he's just said that by just touching it and blowing on it. It does feel better. My neck, yeah, I broke that in a car accident. And the lower back, some joints in it. Once again, he blows prayers into my aching bones.
Wow. Yeah.
Why do I feel looser? That's one strange fellow, isn't it? That's one strange fellow.
Aye.
Call it a miracle, call it placebo. Call it what you want. This bloke is the daddy. I feel like I don't want to say, look at this guy, there's this old fella sitting in these little robes in this sort of temple who is able to do things, because I think I always try to err on the side of, you know, being sceptical, and you know, and I don't necessarily buy into people going, right, you're going to be all right, I'll just blow a prayer at you, you know, because I don't think you should do that. I think you have to be sceptical, but you know, I feel better, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm a bit embarrassed about that, but I feel better, so you know, it's up to you. Believe it or not, I don't really care, because I feel good, and it's good enough for me, you know. Yoga has been practiced in India for more than 5,000 years.
The extraordinary body contortions performed by the yogis demonstrate great strength of mind and body. In Delhi, I meet up with Dr. Gopal Ji, whose yoga students demonstrate great control over the natural reflexes of the body. This allows them to practice novel methods for the prevention or cure of many common illnesses. Faced with indigestion, what does a yogi reach for? Well, a bandage, obviously.
So you're going to eat it all? Yeah? Is it normal cloth, I mean? Oh, fuck. Is it good? How many metres?
This is 10 meters.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's eating 10 metres of bandage.
Yeah.
I feel sick. What's the purpose?
Basically cleaning of the duodenum and stomach.
Oh, God.
If you have the bad cold, you have the bad throat, the food pipe is having some problem. Also, when you take, some poisonous food or something, indigestion.
When you've got indigestion, you
Yes.
swallow a bandage.
It helps a lot. It cleans the whole upper part of the digestive system.
I'm going to gag. It's almost finished, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, God. Doesn't he want to be sick? I mean, doesn't it hurt?
Yeah.
Doesn't he want to be sick or gag? Or is he
In
all
the
right?
beginning,
Is he okay?
It's okay.
You're tripping on your mate. Yeah.
It will clean the whole alimentary canal. निकाल दो बाहर. आराम से. Yeah. Yeah.
How was that for you?
कैसा लगता है?
अच्छा लगता है.
Feel light?
Very good.
Feel very good, yeah?
But after this, you feel very light, very
really?
comfortable from inside.
Thanks very much. I'm going to go and vomit now. Okay, I have to go and vomit. I feel sick. It's not easy, is it? It's like... You're going to go and vomit, yeah?
If you don't fancy chewing 10 metres of bandage to deal with a stomachache, then how about downing a pint of water followed by a chaser of rubber tubing?
You see, he's selling the pipe, taking it inside through the food pipe, and now you can see the water coming out in a natural form.
That's out of his stomach?
Yes.
How? Just naturally?
It's natural. It's just stomach.
Mate, he's pulling it out, look. Look. Oh, makes me cringe.
And finally, if you want to prevent a cold, how about a bit of nose polishing to clear the way for nasal irrigation?
From another nostril.
Conventional yoga is a great physical discipline, but I think this sort of invasive practice undermines the body's own defence mechanisms. Personally, I'd rather blow my nose on a hanky.
It's horrific.
What you do in the middle of Hong Kong when you got the headache from hell? In the West, you'd take an aspirin. Here, you get given the needle.
This is acupuncture. This can be used for all sorts of things.
The Chinese believe that illness and pain is caused by a person's inner energy, or qi, being unable to effectively circulate around the body. acupuncture is used to remove the blockage and restore the flow of qi. Acupuncture has been used in China for over 5,000 years, and today it's used to treat everything from tennis elbow to strokes. It's even used as a general anaesthetic in some operations.
In the East, they take acupuncture for granted. Here in the West, we tend to be a bit more sceptical.
So today, we'll use this ancient healing practice while inside the UK's most advanced MRI scanner to try and find out exactly how acupuncture works. At York University, acupuncturist Dr. Hugh Macpherson is studying the effect of this alternative medicine on the brain.
There's various theories around it. I'll give some partial explanations. But here what we're trying to do is actually get some sort of objective measure of acupuncture, some sort of biological correlate that we can say when acupuncture happens and this changes, we can measure it as quantifiable.
Firstly, with no needle in sight, my brain's scanned by radiologist Dr. Asgar to establish what my normal brain activity is.
3, 2, 1, start!
The pictures are amazing, and it's good to know that I do have a brain and everything looks normal.
We didn't actually find anything that was particularly interesting in your brain.
Okay.
There was little bits of activation, little bits of increase in blood flow, little bits of decrease in blood flow, but nothing that was particularly interesting.
Next, Dr. Macpherson sticks a needle in my hand and my brain's rescanned.
Three, 2, 1, start! Three, 2, 1, stop!
These are the results. The red highlights show that the areas of my brain that deal with pain are responding.
With the needle, there was an area in the frontal cortex of your brain which showed a decrease in blood flow.
Okay. The thought is that perhaps this is why acupuncture can help people experience less pain.
Well, we think we've got some answers about the mechanism of acupuncture and how it might affect people in chronic pain.
Okay.
It's something to do with the pain matrix in the brain, and acupuncture seems to be deactivating that area, which is not what you'd expect, given that we're putting a needle in. You'd think it'd be activating, but actually it's counterintuitive. We're deactivating, in other words, reducing the blood flow in an area that mediates our experience of pain.
I'm here to meet Mr. Lee, who's a 70-year-old. He's had a stroke recently, he's got difficulty walking. But there is a man who can help, and that's Mr. Xie. He claims to have miraculous results, healing using Qigong. Breathing's an essential component of Qigong. Through the control of breath, he should be able to manipulate the Qi in his body and put it into this other fella. Well, that's the theory anyway. You just wouldn't get this sort of stuff at home, would you? Some fella coming and sitting cross-legged on your bed with his hand on your head, breathing like that. They still get all the Western medical attention, and they'll have a nurse or a doctor come and visit him. But on the same token, they'll have Qigong healers come and try and help them facilitate a quicker recovery. Is it placebo or not? Who cares? If it makes the fella better or if it makes him feel better, who cares? I think Qigong can help in a lot of conditions, but it's not one of those sort of instant, take a pill and you're better, snap your fingers, wave a magic wand and you're better. It's something that you need to do on a daily basis. this kind of work does affect the brain because it puts the brain into a different state of mind. If a Qigong guy puts his hands on your head, it just calms you down and puts you into a state like sleep, even though you're awake. So it's very restful and relaxing. And very healthy. It's like meditation. Except the other fella's doing the meditation for him.
Mr. Liu was with the Qigong healer for 45 minutes. I'm curious to know if he really does feel any better.
做这个很好，感觉高兴一点了吗？就是说，是吗？ He's saying that he's able to unzip his top, which he wasn't able to do before he had the stroke 4 months ago, and his wife's confirmed that as well. Now he's happy because he can take off his own top, and he can move his left hand, which he didn't have any movement in before. There's no miracle that's taken place here. He hasn't sort of thrown away the crutches and run across the floor, but if he feels a little bit better in himself and he's picked himself up, you know, and he's not as depressed, and he kick-starts that healing process himself by saying, you know, oh, I feel a bit better and someone's helped me and all the rest of it. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. It's up to you to judge that, isn't it? In this Hong Kong back alley is a very highly recommended snake soup shop, and I'm going to try some. Chinese people have been using snakes for thousands and thousands of years. They say because the snake is flexible, if you eat it, you'll become supple. Look at all this. This stuff's got wine in it, so they'll whack a snake in there, often when it's still alive, leave it in there to die, and then you drink that. It's supposed to be good for your, well, snake, you work it out. I was here to meet Miss Chow, who runs this place, but she was bitten by a deadly snake 2 days ago. And she's in hospital. She's not very well. So I'm going to meet her brother, Mr. Chow.
I'm interested in what other snake dishes he sells and how they'll benefit my health.
That one is snake sperm soup. That's good if you've got a cough. And that one is good for arthritis. It's a lot of herbs, all sorts of herbs and bits and bobs in.
I've come to Mr. Chow's for a simple health tonic, and he's got just the bit of snake I need.
Drink the gallbladder, they mix it with a bit of booze, which is always good.
But not all the food here is pre-prepared, and it doesn't get much fresher than this.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
And different snakes have different healing powers.
The more poisonous the snakes are, and the more deadly, then the better it is for your health. Look at him just sticking his hand in there. Sister got bit, mate. Fucking hell. That's a cobra, but that'll kill you.
Mr. Chow then offers me the most expensive and deadliest snake in the shop.
Okay. That's a king cobra. King cobra, yeah?
It's very poison.
If that bites you, 15 minutes you'll be dead.
It'll cost me £400 to eat this king cobra's gallbladder. And I don't think he's very happy about the idea of giving it up. In the end, I opt for an £8 dish. Now all Mr. Chow has to do is prepare it for me. Snake bile is also used in Chinese medicine to treat everything from whooping cough to hemorrhoids. In snake restaurants, mixed with rice wine, it's often served as a pre-dinner drink.
Sake? Really? Oh, nice one. I like a bit of sake. Oh, come on.
But having seen what's gone into this cocktail, I've got to be honest, I'm having second thoughts.
I haven't decided if I am going to drink it yet, looking at it. Crap out of a snake's gallbladder.
The Chinese have been drinking snake's bile for 1,500 years. They say it makes you live longer.
Yeah, give me some more of that sake. You said, is it bitter? It's not bitter, is it? Okay, no. Tastes like snake's gallbladder juice.
You 起碼有100歲命，100歲。
係咩? Oh, okay, I'll live to 100. That's not too bad, is it?
In Bangkok, I was told of a woman who claims she's a fallen angel, cast out of heaven for having casual sex. On Earth, Miss Pissame is a fortune teller who reads feet rather than palms. She's not met me before, but with the help of her assistant, she started a remarkably accurate reading.
From your feet.
What?
She said you born in England and, and you moved to another country.
That's quite true. That's quite true. Yes.
เขาบอกเนี่ย
Yeah.
You will have a gas
ให้
on
ระ
your
วังสุขภา
stomach.
พแล้วจะปวดเมื่อยตรงนี้ให้ระวังสุข
You
ภาพ
will have a back pain.
I'm leaving now. I'm going home. I don't want to hear anymore because that's exactly right. I've got a stomach problem and I've got
You
a
have
lower
some
back
gas
problem.
to-
Fuck, you know that?
eat some,
You're joking me? Oh my god.
One more time. Straighten your foot.
Oh, thank you.
หาย
Thank
ใจ
you.
ออก
It's about 72. Is it picking me up?
Just do like this. Straight your back.
Do you want me to do that? Yeah.
And you will get the pink face. What to do? Yeah.
กูด
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Good.
Again.
กูดเย่
Okay. Yeah.
จะไม่เป็นไรเลยไม่ชิน
Because she's been.
แตกเลย
What she's most famous for in Thailand, though, is her breasts. Not the size of them, but because at the age of 72, she's still producing milk. Most women lose the ability to lactate after the menopause.
I'd love to know how have you helped people?
Her breast milk has been described as having supernatural powers. I want to know what that means. So she tells me a story of a 32-year-old woman whose legs were paralysed. But after rubbing magic milk on them, she got up and ran off.
She just put her breast milk on the lady and the lady
compare with
was all
her
right.
72 years old.
เดี๋ยวทำให้
I'm probably going to be all right without this.
Okay. ใส่หัวหนูใส่หัว
ใครตัว
She's going to start squirting.
You want to try?
All right. Okay.
And you
I
will
sound a bit nervous about it.
เย็นไหม
It's cool in here. It's
Normal gold, yeah. So what's this going to do for me?
She said you will be get lucky and be more charming after you get this.
Oh really? Weird day, man.
นี่มันเต่งตึงมันไม่แก่
And what are the cocks for?
You asking the price for one?
Oh no, I don't want to buy one. No, I was just wondering what's their spiritual meaning.
บอกเขาสิว่าไว้ค้าขาย
Good for business.
ลงอักขระเนี่ยลงอักขระ
So a cock is good for business. What kind of business?
The symbol.
Am I being a bit naive here? What kind of business is
Every
good for?
kind of business.
Any kind of business, yeah.
ฝ่าย
That's a cow horn cock.
เป็นขาวฝ่าย
I
The meaning?
don't even want to touch it really, but I'm not touching it.
รัดเสวยกัน
I then noticed a large, well-worn wooden cock.
So she took this wooden cock here to Las Vegas and won loads of money. Really? So you held the
won.
cock on the slot machine?
ปุ๊บ
At the first time, she won $5,000.
สล็อตไม่ชิน
Slot
ปุ๊บ
machine.
แล้วก็เขาจะ
The police
Get your cock
coming.
up there. The police came, really?
Coming and want to catch her.
So she hid the wooden cock between her magical tits, yeah? Fucking great.
So, by hitting the fruit machine with her wooden cock, she won $5,000. But the phallus was damaged in the process.
It's got woodworm.
โชว์ท่านโชว์อย่าง
That
นี้
cock's got woodworm.
เขาจะจับเรานี่
That cock's got woodworm.
No.
There's woodworm in the cock.
หนูบอกสิเขาจะจับเรา
This is a really strange place.
In Taiwan, there's two ways to crack your bones. The martial art of Sandar and the Chinese healing practice of Tuina, known to us as chiropractic. Here, smacking and cracking go hand in hand. Dr. Zhong is a master of Sandar and he teaches martial artists how to perform chiropractic. This treatment involves manipulating the skeleton to normalise a malfunctioning nervous system. He believes that in order to be good at healing the body, one must first understand how to break the body. As a martial artist, I've had my fair share of breaks and strains, and this is probably the most aggressive method of healing I've ever come across.
It's quite difficult to breathe because you're being stretched. Your diaphragm is being pulled. Chinese medicine, this particular type, is an extension of Chinese Kung Fu. So you get a lot of Kung Fu masters that come on to learn how to fix the injuries that they get and that they give other people. First, you go on that thing and it stretches your joint, and then they start articulating the joint with this machine. It's a way to get some movement in there. Dr. Zhang reckons that he's so good at curing injuries because he understands Kung Fu. And that's why he teaches Kung Fu people how to practice this type of medicine. He's a Kung Fu chiropractor, isn't he?
As uncomfortable as these machines are, it's just a prelude to Dr. Zhang's more traditional, hands-on treatment.
He's basically making the muscles around the cervical vertebra relax so that it improves circulation to the brain, and that is very effective for headaches, stiff necks, all these sort of modern problems that people have from sitting in offices and not leading active lifestyles.
After going 5 rounds with Dr. Zhang, I think scrapping's less painful than cracking. Dr. Zhang's rearrangement of my skeleton seems to have normalised my malfunctioning nervous system. And now the dance floor beckons.
A little bit dizzy, but I feel like moonwalking straight out the door. So, yeah.
Next time on Kick-Ass Miracles, I learn some of the secrets of the teachers and masters of the miraculous. I'm Chris Crudelli, and I spent my entire adult life studying martial arts and philosophy in the Far East. This series is my journey of exploration through that world, meeting people who perform incredible feats of mind and body. Today, I'm meeting some of the teachers and masters of the miraculous to learn some of their secrets.
I've made this trek up to Yonsei University today to meet Professor Ki, who's a master of Taekyon, which is an ancient and deadly Korean martial art.
This is the only martial art in Korea that's classified by the government as a national treasure. When the Japanese invaded Korea in the last century, they considered Taekyon so deadly that they banned it. In secret, one master kept practicing, and he passed his skills on to Dr. Tae Young. Today, he's going to teach me some of the unique techniques of body and mind.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, so this is the true original Korean martial art.
Right.
How is it different from other martial arts like that people know as Korean, like Taekwondo or, you know, anything like that? How is that different?
Korean martial arts,
Yeah.
usually use kicking,
Yes.
70 or 80%.
Yeah, okay.
And 20% is hand tackle.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The kick is 이게 순간적인 파워. 퉁! 탄력.
Shock power. Do you bend your knees when you do that?
So always we bend like this.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, like this. Also, Korean dancing,
Yeah.
move like this. Like, dung, do, dung, do, dung. 아리 아리랑 스리 스리랑 아라리가 났네.
It's cool.
Move like dancing.
Yeah. It's very graceful. Sort of surprise people. Yeah, you're just like moving around nice and softly. I think you're having a laugh, having a dance. Then all of a sudden you chin them.
섰다.
How does Taekyun affect the mind, your mind?
Natural mind, natural movement, like comfortable. So my mind always comfortable,
Okay.
natural.
Okay. So
Usually,
you're actually happy when you're fighting?
yeah, right.
He loves to fight.
Yeah, it's very very, very different.
Really quick with their feet. Yeah.
Japanese,
Yeah.
Chinese,
Yeah.
Korean people, boom.
Yeah,
Hit like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit, boom.
Yeah.
It's
Just give them
use
lots.
my whole body.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, you're
not
using
just,
your whole body.
Just not use just hands. Just
Yeah.
use whole my body.
Bang.
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
like that.
It's cool.
Ik. Move like this. Ik.
Beautiful.
Like this.
Beautiful.
Like dancing. Was it?
Yeah.
Move and
Yeah.
all is okay.
It's totally different to any martial art I've seen. I'm struggling here big time because I'm trying to kick and he's trying to tell me to be happy and calm and relaxed, and I just can't do it. I'm just like, you know, give it to him, go on, have it. I just can't get it. This is Master Jang. I've come here today to have a look at his Qigong skills. Go on, son.
Qigong masters are able to harness inner powers and perform miraculous feats, like pulling a 1.5-ton van with a tow rope. Extraordinarily, the tow rope is not tied around his body. It's attached to an iron pot, which somehow just sticks to his belly.
It's cheaper than petrol, isn't it?
之后完了拽。
So he's used inner power to make this thing stick to him. It's just a bowl.
为了练能有收缩力，有弹性。
All right. So he's saying that basically he does this to improve his stomach, and also it's good for curing stomach problems and stomach diseases, but only if you practice every day. It's not one of those things that you click a finger at or take a pill for. It's not curative. You've got to do it every day, and that's the same with a lot of Chinese arts. It's not about just doing a bit of Qigong for a day and curing your cancer. It's about practicing it on a daily basis and getting out in the sun and having fun with your iron bowl.
Pulling a van along with an iron bowl is not the only miracle Master Jang's perfected using Qigong.
He can pull cars with his ears while standing on eggs. Do you know how painful that is? Like just yanking your ear, let alone yanking a couple of tons. I thought, when I heard about this fellow, he was going to pull the car by using momentum, which people do. Get it going first and then jump on the eggs, but he didn't, and that's what really surprised me. He jumped on the eggs and then he started pulling, and that, I don't really understand how he's done that, because if you think about it, you're pulling a car, not only with your ear, but you're pulling a car anyway. All the force and all the force goes down into your feet. Yeah, he's standing on these eggs, so what I want to know is, are the eggs real or not?
Just like Master Jiang, Sam still has extraordinary control over his mind and body. He's the world freediving champ.
Sam, what's freediving?
The freediving is a discipline where you can hold your breath for as long as you can in a pool of water, and I can hold my breath for nearly 10 minutes in training.
10 minutes, yeah?
Nearly 10 minutes.
So most people are dead at about 4, but you're holding your breath for 10.
Near enough, yes.
OK, well, we're going to find out exactly what's going on, how he does it.
I've come to Luton University to meet with Dr. Peter Shield, who's studying freediving. Today, he's going to monitor what happens to Sam's body while he's holding his breath in this tank of water. In preparation, Sam first meditates for about 40 minutes. Keeping his head underwater for up to 10 minutes is a real case of mind over body. In the meantime, I have a go to show how a normal untrained person fares with his head in a bucket of water. Standing by, assessing my safety, is freediving expert Mark. This should never be tried at home. Mark's here to make sure I don't black out and drown by pushing myself too far.
Heart rate has gone down into the 60s, so we are getting some diving response, which is good to see. I'm sure, much to Chris's shock, we're actually starting to approach a minute at this point.
When my head's in the water, my heart rate automatically drops. This is called the dive response, and it means my body should use less oxygen. As I hold my breath, carbon dioxide builds up in my lungs. It's a build-up of carbon dioxide that prompts the reflex to breathe. Fighting this reflex sends my body into convulsions.
This is the diaphragm saying, breathe, breathe, breathe. And he's doing well, he's doing well, he's doing well. He's doing well. Good, keep fighting it, keep fighting it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, well done, well done. Okay, so I think you'll have surprised yourself. Most people on something like that will get roughly 30 to 45 seconds quite comfortably. You managed to get through to the best part of 2 minutes or just over 2 minutes, but we'll need to look at the timings again and double check.
With meditation, Sam's got himself into a very relaxed state. He's learned to control his body's requirement for air and the reflex to breathe. It takes longer for the convulsions that I experience to occur, and they're much less violent.
Yeah, we just saw the first voluntary.
He's doing that.
Okay, we've just gone 3 minutes 40 seconds, and Sam's body has asked for its first breath of air.
Measurements from his fingertips show that his extremities only have 60% of the normal amount of oxygen. Usually, this level would be fatal, but other measurements show that where it's needed, in his lungs and brain, the level's only dropped by a small amount.
There we go. So Sam, yeah, Sam's still responding.
Sam's using mind over body to stay under the water.
And we've just gone 5 minutes 20 seconds. And the first exhalation, good. And keep breathing through as normally and relaxed as you can. Well done, Sam.
So with practice and the right mental preparation, Sam can stay under the water longer. And he does it by stopping his body's natural defense mechanisms.
Okay, mouthpiece out. We've got the numbers there that I want to see. That's good. Well done, Sam.
Excellent,
thank you very much.
Yeah, well done.
I've come to an unassuming doctor's surgery in a suburb of Seoul, South Korea, to meet Kim Nam-soo. He's famous all over Korea as a master of acupuncture and the rare art of cauterization, which involves burning the skin to cure the body.
He's 90 years old, and he does this for free. And he charges on a Thursday. It's Tuesday, that's what we've come.
Energy that flows through the body. Acupuncture's becoming popular in the West now, but in Asia, it's been used for 5,000 years.
Oh my God. That's really deep. It's gone about that deep into his body. I don't know how I'd feel about having those in my arse, but he says they're not going into the discs, but what it is doing is affecting the key in his brain, so his body starts healing himself. The reason that he's agreed to show us today is because he's one of the last living masters in this country of cauterisation, and he wants to spread this skill around the world.
The technique of cauterisation involves burning a small amount of a herb called wormwood on the skin. Again, it's meant to affect the body's own energy levels to help a person heal themselves.
This 8-month-old baby's had the kettle fall on him, and he's got a lot of scalds, so he's in a lot of pain.
Dr. Kim believes that by giving this child acupuncture now, he can speed up the natural healing process and leave less scarring.
I won't take you to me. I won't take you to me. I mean, that's the other end of complementary medicine, you know, which is also good for us to see, because it's not just about sort of middle-class people who've got backache. You know, it's about little kids who have got, you know, potentially life-threatening problems, you know.
And finally, Dr. Kim offers me a cauterisation treatment.
Why is it painful?
Why is it painful? Because it's been broken a few times, yeah. He's,
just a few times?
Yeah. Oh, that's hot. Is my wrist less painful? Yes, it is. Is that because I've got endorphins flowing through my body? I don't know. So I've just been tortured. I'm on a torture high. I'm on a torture high. It's definitely better than having a pint, you know.
These are the Himalayas, the highest mountains in the world. To Nepalese holy men or bobbers, these mountains are a spiritual retreat where they can meditate in solitude. It's not just the mountains that help the bobbers reach their spiritual high. In Nepal, they're the only people who can smoke dope legally. One of the side effects of hashish is that it's a muscle relaxant, and this allows the bobber to perform some extraordinary feats of yoga.
How old were you when you started smoking and stretching? Okay. This is it's a strange one because there's a kind of a empty silence, and I don't know if it's because he's stoned or because he's really wise and holy. you know what I mean? Yeah.
15-16 बरस से पीने लगा.
15-16, yeah. Anyway, why did you choose this lifestyle? You know.
Good.
Because it's good, yeah.
No,
yeah. There's nothing here.
अरूले नराम्रो साधु संत.
Yeah.
Huh?
So he says he's a follower of Rama, who's a Hindu god, and this kind of lifestyle is good. Did you ever, you know, don't you want to get a job or something?
No.
no work, no job, no chance.
There's good government is seat.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You Baba like?
Yeah.
No, everybody government. Also government.
So he's all into peace. He says he doesn't want to kill kill anybody, because people with jobs kill, and that's not what he's into. It's the police and the government. You could have got like an office job or something. What's the stick for? This thing here?
This name Chimata.
Chimata.
Yes.
Okay.
Fire look. Fire. This looking. This chilling. Hashish.
For eating?
Hashish.
Oh, for hashish?
Yes.
Oh, right.
This is dhuna.
That's for cooking
This
your hashish?
looking fire. This sometimes smoke.
Yeah. You're really into your hashish. You really like your hashish, yeah?
Everybody police problem.
Oh, right. The police don't like hashish.
Yes.
They put
Only
you...
one Baba.
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So
Everybody-
normal people can't smoke
Everybody-
hashish, but if you're a bobber, and a bobber means like a holy sadhu, a holy man. Yeah. that's why you're a holy man. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
In Nepal, a bobber commands great respect and is revered by the people.
It's a bit different to back home, isn't it? If you told your parents that you're going to sort of drop out and sit on the mountain smoking weed all day, you know, a bit of stretching and that, your parents probably wouldn't be that happy, but he's saying that his parents are quite proud of him for doing, living this kind of lifestyle that he does.
This is Dharmikam Ashram, home to the Indian School of Martial Arts in Kerala. Headman here is Guru Balachandram Nar. I've come here to learn something about Kalaratapi art, which is supposed to be the origin of all Eastern martial arts. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Guru's version of Kalaratapi art, which he claims is the genuine article. The mother of all martial arts. Kalaratapi art, legend has it, was taken by the Buddhist monk Damo on his pilgrimage from India to the Shaolin Temple in China. From this, Kung Fu was born. And I'm told that this gym is where I'll find the original and pure art, unadulterated by any other modern martial art.
Repetition? Yeah, my interpretation looks very much like Shaolin, so you can see where the connection is between this art and the Shaolin art.
That's good.
This particular demonstration of Kalaratapi art is nothing like the Kalaratapi art I'd seen in the past. It's just too similar to modern martial art forms to be the genuine article. I expected to see the raw versions of Far Eastern martial arts, but instead, what I did see was some well-choreographed copies of Aikido, Karate and Kung Fu. I suspect this version of Kalaratapi art is not what he says it is.
It's so similar as well to the Chinese forms that I've seen in China. You know, the movement's so similar.
Better, faster and better.
Mentioning these over-striking similarities makes the master moody, and so he shows me some of his best moves.
Just watch this. Oh, that felt great. My neck just went. Did you hear it?
It's like no, that's all right, don't worry.
Loose, relax. Relax.
Oh, yeah. I'll be in a wheelchair now. They'll be wheeling me out of here in a wheelchair. He broke my neck.
We are healers.
Yeah.
We are healers.
Yeah.
That's enough to break your leg and finish you off.
Okay.
But instead of that, what I'm doing is you are hitting me. I'm moving out. I'm holding you here, breaking out, bringing you here. If I want, I can finish you like this.
Oh dear, that's quite nasty.
Not convinced I'd witnessed the original form of Kalaratapi art, I'm keen to understand more about the master's view of his art and his status.
It's very easy for me to drop you like
What I get is a rather bizarre claim about the lengths to which his disciples will go for him.
Yes. Yeah. Now, simple thing. If I ask this boy to climb on top and jump, he will simply do it. That's the command, that's the respect, that's the devotion, that's the dedication for the art and for the teacher.
What about the relationship between a guru and a disciple? How,
It's like
how
a father,
sacred is that?
know, it's very simple. A guru is supposed to be a father, a brother, an uncle, a guide, he is a philosopher, he is a priest, he is a doctor, everything for the disciple.
Watching some disciples meditate, I get to thinking about gurus and masters. This particular guru seems to have an exceptionally large ego. He may well be a father, brother, uncle, doctor, philosopher and priest to his pupils, but he also projects himself as having godlike qualities. And that's not something I'd look for in a master from whom I wanted to learn. The Far East, it seems, is full of miracle workers. So I decided to find out how I can become one myself. I come to Kerala to learn how to perform a few miracles from a team of rationalists who've been crisscrossing India, debunking godmen by explaining how miracles are performed.
Another miracle. Is it a miracle? No, it's not. This is the miracle buster, Sanal, and he's going to tell us why. How's that work, Sanal?
Yeah, it's so simple. The time that one requires to get burning, to get burnt, that's not there. So here, when the camphor is burning, the fire is going up. The bottom is not burning. It's not touching really. So also, when it is really getting hot, it's simply shifted to the mouth, where it remains for some seconds, and it's not sufficient time for getting burnt.
For centuries, Indian godmen have performed apparent miracles, exploiting their gullible followers for money, influence, and even sexual favours.
Oh, mate, you're all right, don't worry.
This spike, of course, looks striking and very painful. But is it?
That looks really good. Come over here, have a chat with us. Well, don't have a chat, but obviously you can't talk, but I'd love to just...
For example,
having a good time.
It's not bleeding.
He's not bleeding and he's happy.
That's interesting because we don't have serious blood vessels here.
Yeah.
And that's one of the miracles. Because when you pierce, why it's not bleeding when it is done in a temple, people ask. We say that we don't have big blood vessels here. It's not paining very much here.
Yeah, that's why they do it. Yeah.
It's not
if they were to do it somewhere else.
Some people make a hole here to make an earring.
Yeah, I had one.
It's not more than paining than that. Yeah. But we ask these people.
What's he saying? Sign language?
Yeah, he has asked one of the questions that we tell people. That we can pierce it here.
Yeah.
But if it's a miracle,
put it in your heart,
why don't you pierce it from here and take it out from the other side?
Yeah.
Or pierce it from here and take it from the other side?
No, they'd be dead.
Nobody, no god man, no miracle man is willing to do that thing. They're interested to do it here only.
I didn't fancy piercing myself with a dirty knitting needle, so I asked if I could have a go at something else that would wow expectant crowds. Holding red-hot fire-filled pots looks pretty miraculous to me.
What is that in there?
This is the shell of coconut.
Shell of coconut's on the top to keep getting it hot. And underneath is the non-conductor of flour and...
Yeah, it's wheat flour at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's a non-conductor, it doesn't go down.
Yeah.
And here it's extremely hot. You cannot touch it. But here,
It's actually, you can actually hold it at the bottom. So what are people doing with this at the moment?
Yeah.
Some people are like...
Some people, some of the gurus, make prayers like this. And they claim that it's because of the holy powers.
Really?
And then people... They're amazed.
People are just buying into it at that.
A less painful miracle, but apparently just as effective in achieving godlike status, is levitation.
Yeah, that's good.
Maybe I could become the godman of Birmingham with something as simple as this.
Must be really good for your abs as well.
It's so simple that he has a hockey stick. See?
Can I try that? Come on, let's have a go. It's got to be good, isn't it?
Yeah. You can
all right. How to levitate in. One easy step. All right. Here we go then.
We've covered it.
Kudelli levitator boy.
Yeah.
So is this how... Do you know David Blaine?
It's a stage trick or, some tricks like this.
Come on, lads, help me out. It's all in the mind, isn't it?
You know, many people think that debunking these miracles will provoke anger. My experience, I have debunked hundreds and hundreds of miracles, talked to millions and millions of people. Nowhere I was attacked, except directly by some gurus. But the people have been always responding in our favor. And most of the people realize that the moment we go to a village, that's the end of gurus to that village. People will chase them out next time. It's really successful, and that's why I'm so convinced that this is working and this is going to change India.
I'm a bit embarrassed about that, but I feel better, so, you know, it's up to you. Believe it or not, I don't really care because I feel good, and it's good enough for me, you know?
Yoga has been practiced in India for more than 5,000 years. The extraordinary body contortions performed by the yogis demonstrate great strength of mind and body. In Delhi, I meet up with Dr. Gopal Ji, whose yoga students demonstrate great control over the natural reflexes of the body. This allows them to practice novel methods for the prevention or cure of many common illnesses. Faced with indigestion, what does a yogi reach for? Well, a bandage, obviously.
So you're going to eat it all? Yeah? Is it normal cloth, I mean? Oh, fuck. Is it good? How many metres?
This is 10 meters.
Is he? Yeah. He's eating 10 metres of bandage.
Yeah.
I feel sick. What's the purpose?
Basically cleaning of the duodenum and stomach. If you have the bad cold, you have the bad throat, the food pipe is having some problem. Also, when you take, some poisonous food or something, indigestion.
When you've got indigestion, you
yes.
swallow a bandage.
It helps a lot.
I'm Chris Crudelli, and I've spent my entire adult life studying martial arts and philosophy in the Far East. This series is my journey of exploration through that world, meeting people who perform incredible feats of mind and body. Today, I'm looking at the miraculous ways people maintain their health and heal the sick.
Come to this temple in North Phuket to meet a very special Buddhist abbot who mixes local shamanistic practices into his healing.
Shamanism is a type of ancient religion that uses magic extracted from the natural world. Behind the temple in some simple shacks, it looks like the novice monks are cutting firewood, but in fact they're preparing herbs for Chief Monk Long Po, whose simple surroundings belie his reputation as a great healer. Long Po makes a potion with the herbs that he chews while in a meditative trance. This enables him to blow healing prayers onto the body to cure a whole range of illnesses.
So what he's doing now is he's kind of going into his meditative state. He's trying to bring the power into his body, and then he'll put them into the herbs. And apparently he has great results by doing this.
I'm told he'll be in a trance for 20 minutes. While waiting, I see a picture of the devastation caused by the Asian tsunami.
Looks like an old building site or something at first, but you look closer and there's just hundreds of bloated bodies. You know, it's not a reality that you think about every single day, is it? Death, you know. But it is out here, and the more you think about death, the more life becomes important.
After the tsunami, this temple was used as a mortuary, and nearly 1,000 bodies were cremated here. Longpo performed rituals so that their souls would move into the next life.
Can you fix the bones? Because I'm in a lot of pain. My wrist has been broken a few times. Yeah. It's got the point straight away. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, it feels really good, actually. Painful, but it's really, really good.
He was now ready to blow a prayer into my wrist.
Yeah.
Three tendons.
3 tendons are damaged. That's right, yeah. Because there's inflammation in the tendons from a broken bone that's affected the wrist movement, so the tendons have become inflamed. And he's just said that by just touching it and blowing on it. It does feel better. My neck, I broke that in a car accident. And the lower back, some joints in it.
Once again, he blows prayers into my aching bones.
Why do I feel looser? That's one strange fellow, isn't it? That's one strange fellow. Call it a miracle, call it placebo. Call it what you want. This bloke is the daddy. I feel like I don't want to say, look at this guy, there's this old fella sitting in these little robes in this sort of temple who is able to do things, because I think I always try to err on the side of, you know, being sceptical, and you know, and I don't necessarily buy into people going, right, you're going to be all right, I'll just blow a prayer at you, you know, because I don't think you should do that. I think you have to be sceptical, but you know, I feel better, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It makes me cringe.
And finally, if you want to prevent a cold, how about a bit of nose polishing to clear the way for nasal irrigation?
From another nostril.
Conventional yoga is a great physical discipline, but I think this sort of invasive practice undermines the body's own defence mechanisms. Personally, I'd rather blow my nose on a hanky.
It's horrific.
What do you do in the middle of Hong Kong when you got the headache from hell? In the West, you'd take an aspirin. Here, you get given the needle.
This is acupuncture. This can be used for all sorts of things.
The Chinese believe that illness and pain is caused by a person's inner energy, or qi, being unable to effectively circulate around the body. Acupuncture is used to remove the blockage and restore the flow of qi. Acupuncture has been used in China for over 5,000 years, and today it's used to treat everything from tennis elbow to strokes. It's even used as a general anaesthetic in some operations.
In the East, they take acupuncture for granted. Here in the West, we tend to be a bit more sceptical.
So today, we'll use this ancient healing practice while inside the UK's most advanced MRI scanner to try and find out exactly how acupuncture works. At York University, acupuncturist Dr. Hugh McPherson is studying the effect of this alternative medicine on the brain.
There's various theories around it. I'll give some partial explanations. But here what we're trying to do is actually get some sort of objective measure of acupuncture, some sort of biological correlate that we can say when acupuncture happens and this changes, we can measure it as quantifiable.
Firstly, with no needle in sight, my brain...
Clean the whole upper part of the digestive system.
I'm going to gag. He's almost finished, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, God, doesn't he want to be sick? I mean, doesn't it hurt?
Yeah.
Doesn't he want to like, be sick or gag? Or is he
in
all
the
right?
beginning,
is he okay?
It's okay.
You're tripping on your mate. Yeah.
It will clean the whole alimentary canal. निकाल दो बाहर. आराम से. Yeah. Yeah.
How was that for you?
कैसा लगता है?
अच्छा लगता है.
Feel light?
Very good. Light.
Feel very good, yeah.
But after this, you feel very light, very
really?
comfortable from inside.
Thanks very much. I'm going to go and vomit now. Okay, I have to go and vomit. I feel sick. It's not easy, is it? It's like... You're going to go and vomit, yeah?
If you don't fancy chewing 10 metres of bandage to deal with a stomachache, then how about downing a pint of water followed by a chaser of rubber tubing?
You see, he's selling the pipe, taking it inside through the food pipe, and now you can see the water coming out in a natural form.
That's out of his stomach?
Yes.
How? Just naturally?
It's natural. It's just stomach.
Mate, he's pulling it out, look. Look. Oh.